Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with the Missouri Firearms Coalition. We have some breaking news here at the Missouri Firearms Coalition, a major leveling up, so to speak, on our team and our fight to defend gun rights here in Jefferson City. You're going to want to watch this video. The politicians are going to hate this. The rhinos are going to hate this. The left is going to hate this. The media is going to hate this. But if you love freedom, you're going to love the new announcement from the Missouri Firearms Coalition. Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with the Missouri Firearms Coalition. I'm joined tonight with a special guest as we're making a major announcement as to the future of the Missouri Firearms Coalition. Many of you know Jared Taylor, my guest on the show tonight. Guys, we have huge news tonight, and that is that Jared Taylor is officially now a part of the Missouri Firearms Coalition team. And for all the gun grabbers and a bunch of the rhinos in Jeff City who were so glad to see Jared leaving after his 8 years in the House, we've got some bad news for you because Jared Taylor is going to be involved in the fight for gun rights for a long time here in Missouri. Jared, welcome aboard, man.
Aaron, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm really excited about this opportunity. Look forward to continue to work on gun rights in Missouri.
Yeah, I'm going to brag for a few minutes about what you already have done. So for those few folks in our audience who might not know, there's no confusion. You know, way back in 2016 in the House when you were where you served, that was the major fight that year to pass. And you were right there involved in these fights. Constitutional carry. We also enhanced castle doctrine law. We got lifetime carry permits. It was a monumental achievement for gun rights. And that was huge. And if that's all you ever did in the fight for gun rights, that had been a major accomplishment for one career in Jeff City. But as most people know, in 2021, you were the lead author of the House bill that became the Second Amendment Preservation Act. We call it SAPA for short. Everyone from the Department of Justice and Merrick Garland down to Missourians know how impactful SAPA is. What most folks probably don't know is how many arrows you took in the back besides the arrows you took in the chest. To make that happen. You delivered SAPA for Missouri. You're the lead sponsor in the bills to repeal deadly gun-free zones. And last session, you led the fight to enhance stand your ground law. We've got stand your ground law insofar as there's no need to retreat, but there's a lot of gaps in there. You're leading all of those charges, and you delivered a major amount of victories and a major amount of freedom, frankly, to gun owners across the state in your 8 years in the House. So, guys, having Jared on this team is he's not just one of a bunch of guys who are out of office now with term limits. This is the guy who got stuff done for all these years. And we're so jazzed to have you on board, Jared.
Man, I'm so excited. You know, all those fights in Jeff City was not only, like you said, with gun grabbers and with the left, but I also took a lot of arrows from Republicans, from people who didn't want legislation like SAPA passing, who thought that expanding stand your ground law was a bad idea, who thought that allowing individuals to carry wherever they were was a bad idea. And so, you know what, I look forward to outing those people and working with Missouri Firearms Coalition on making sure that we're electing solid Republicans who support the Second Amendment and pushing gun rights further in Missouri.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of folks kind of think that Missouri's got it all, you know, it's all accomplished here. But, you know, for our members, and I know for you and me personally, we're hungry. You know, there's always more freedom we want because the left is always trying to take it away. And we've experienced a lot of that. Every time we make progress, these guys try to come along and take it away. This session alone, we have a major fight underway right now to repeal the SAPA bill that you passed in 2021. And, you know, the left is not stupid. They're not going to go for a full repeal. They just want to gut the heart and soul out of the bill and take the penalties, the enforcement language out of SAPA. So we always have these ongoing battles. But as we mentioned, the bills that you carried for so many years, we still have to end deadly gun-free zones. We still need to deal with the Mark McCloskey loophole, as we call it, where we've got stand your ground law. And in a case when all of America saw that, you know, that use of force on video, he still got charged, you know, by a liberal prosecutor funded by George Soros. So there's always more room to advance freedom. And I know that you adopt the same mentality that we do here. It's you're gaining ground or you're losing ground. There's no neutral when it comes to the fight for freedom.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we need to continue to push that envelope, continue to make sure that we're fighting for those rights in Jeff City, and making sure that we're holding our lawmakers accountable for what they're doing in Jeff City and how they're voting.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hold them accountable. That's a lot of fun too. And we like passing pro-gun bills. That's our first and primary objective. But gun voters in Missouri, led by the Missouri Firearms Coalition, sent a heck of a message in the primaries and the general, but especially the primaries across the state in 2022. And you would think that when all the rest of the politicians see big names, statewide names, regional names go down and get destroyed because they opposed SAPA publicly or they wouldn't support gun rights publicly, you'd think they'd realize that if we screw the Second Amendment here in Missouri, it's going to cost us our career. But you were on the inside for a long time. There seems to be this attitude where they just have amnesia. Once they're elected for another 2-year term and they're good to go, they seem to forget what happened to their former colleagues in the primaries in 2022. It's our job to remind them and hold them accountable forever. It never really ends, does it?
No, no, and like you said, they forget about the last election. It seems as though they think, well, it wasn't because of their issue or their stance on Second Amendment. It was because of something else. But in fact, it was gun owners holding them accountable to exactly what they did when they voted, or what they did when they were elected in office.
I know, having been in Jeff City for the last off and on for the last week and a half, there's a lot of politicians in that building who either directly benefited from the Missouri Firearms Coalition's program to expose anti-gun rhinos, or were on the receiving end, and some of them still survived their re-elections, but they don't like that pain. I think that's what's always made this organization and all the folks watching, the members of the Missouri Firearms Coalition, that's what makes us different from all the rest of the gun organizations across the state or across the country. This is not a hobby. This is not just, to make a lobbyist feel good. This is life and death when it comes to the future of our state, the future of our country, the freedoms of our grandkids. They're being decided by what we do today. And so this is not a social club. Jared, firsthand how many enemies we have in Jeff City. Those are well earned, because we're not here to say, please, sir, thank you, sir, when we get nothing. We're here to pass gun bills. And if we can't, we hold them accountable. It's that willingness that makes us a different organization from most of the rest of the lobby that you encountered, I believe, in your 8 years in the House.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say, it doesn't just it's not just a difference in the gun lobbying. It's a difference in all of the lobbying groups, all of the organizations in Jeff City. Missouri Firearms Coalition is a cut above the rest. There's no other organization that does what you guys do as effectively.
What we do.
And that's right, what we do. I was going to say,
team,
and I'm excited to join this team so I can be part of that.
Yeah, it's important to mention, I guess, to the folks who are watching, some of the restrictions, perhaps, just so they're all on the same page. There's ethics laws that govern what a former legislator can do, even though they're on the right team on these issues. And
Right.
so just you kind of put it in your own words, but there's some limits on what you can do and how our members are going to see you going forward for the next chunk of time, maybe the next 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right. So Missouri passed a bill, actually a constitutional amendment a couple years ago that limited that former legislators can't be lobbyists for 2 years. And so I can't be in the Capitol. I can't go to Jeff City and lobby on gun legislation. So I won't be making any videos in the Capitol. I won't be testifying on any bills. I won't be talking to any legislators or interviewing legislators about legislation that's going on in Jeff City. But what I will be doing is working to keep you all informed about what's happening, about the legislation we've got, about who's filed what bills. All of those things I can do. I can't directly lobby the legislators.
And as you guys all know, I mean, I'm there doing that on your behalf. But more importantly, this has always been a grassroots organization where we give you guys the tools you need to lobby your lawmakers on your own. It's your pre-written emails that our system helps you guys send in. It's your signed petitions. It's your phone calls that when we give you guys the alert, here's what's happening, call these numbers right now. That's the real source of our power. It's not, it's not my smiley face walking around the Capitol, and it won't be Jared's when he can do that more directly. We're a mouthpiece for our members. We give you guys the information that you need to have and empower you guys to take action directly. That's why they can't control us. That's why they're so concerned, because for most organizations, what they'll do is if the pressure mounts, and you can, if I'm wrong, Jared, cut me off, but they get that lobbyist, they pull him off into a room somewhere, and the powerful people in Jeff City will pummel that guy, not physically, but rhetorically, and tell him or her to back off the pressure. And if the pressure is coming from one individual lobbyist, that person can be cowed, that person can be scared, that person can be bought off, that person can be, shut down. But the army that is the Missouri Firearms Coalition, that pressure never stops. And that's why we work so hard to give you guys the information you need and the tools you need then to make your voice heard independently of us.
Yeah, normally when legislators hear from different organizations, when they send out one of those alerts to let people know, here's what's happening, contact your legislators, we might receive a few, to a few dozen, but we don't receive the thousands that come from the Missouri Firearms Coalition. That's the difference between what those other organizations do and what we do with the Missouri Firearms Coalition.
And guys, it's that pressure that led to the passage of SAPA, that led to the passage of constitutional carry, enhanced enhanced castle doctrine, and all the rest of it. But that pressure, it's like you said, they have amnesia. And so that pressure conveyed once, that's not enough. So we have to keep it up. Again, this year we have major fights to defend SAPA. That's number one, most important above everything else. Defend what we have. Number two, enhance stand your ground law. Number three, we're trying to ban red flags. And, Jared, you've already been heavily involved in the process to draft these bills. For the average person, and for me, when I look at legislative drafting, sometimes you need like 3 PhDs and, chemical engineering, background to know how to read this language. You're an expert in that already, and you've already been drafting some incredible bills that we already have filed in Jeff City. So that's a huge thank you for that. But for all you guys watching, having this guy on our team is a major leveling up for the Missouri Firearms Coalition. But again, all that we do here, Jared, myself, the rest of our team, is to empower you guys with the information you need to have to make your voice heard and to put pressure on those guys in Jeff City. We can never quit. That pressure is not like the victory in 2021 means that we're assured of a victory in 2023. The left never quits attacking our gun rights. And guys, neither can we. So we're going to have much more alerts for you in the future, emails, petitions, people to make phone calls to, etc. But for tonight, just want to thank all you guys for your support so far. Want to welcome you, Jared, to the team. I just know, and too, how many heads are going to be exploding in Jeff City when they watch this video. They thought they were done with you, and you're just getting started. So again, welcome to the team. We're so glad to have you here.
Thanks.
All right, guys, take care. We'll be in touch with more videos very shortly.